HubSpot making a splash at its annual Inbound conference, announcing new AI agents as the stock has struggled, down more than 30% year to date. Joining us now, HubSpot CEO Yamini Rangan. Yamini, good to see you again. So, taking a step back here, after Salesforce results yesterday and with what Adobe's been dealing with, a lot of investors are wondering when the significant growth comes for applications and like CRM and marketing software. HubSpot making some AI announcements this week. How do they translate into share growth for you, revenue growth for your customers?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And thank you again for having me, John. Look, I think we're in the early stages of AI having tremendous value within front office. And what we announced today at our Inbound conference is really a new playbook to drive growth. And as you know, there's been a huge disruption in terms of search. AI overviews are delivering, answers to customers, which means there's less website visits. But at the same time, AI is actually making it much easier for customers to be able to get the best content and drive better conversions. And that's exactly what we launched yesterday. We launched an entire playbook called The Loop and products that support The Loop. Now, to your question in terms of how this all translates into revenue, the first thing is it needs to translate into customer adoption and value. And that is exactly what we are focused on, making sure that our embedded AI products, as well as the new playbook that we launched yesterday, supports value for customers. And when that happens, then revenue growth follows. And that's been our principle for a long time.
Okay, so you got these Breeze agents, kind of a team of AI workers that are going to go out there and create some content for your customers, do some tasks. How is that in the near term and then in the medium term going to affect their operations? They're going to have to hire fewer people to get value? Are they then going to hire perhaps more people because they're able to act like a bigger business? How do you see it playing out?
John, I think both of those are going to happen. And you mentioned agents. We launched our first set of agents last year, and we have continued to announce more agents. And as of now, we have 3 big agents: customer agent, which answers the support questions, as well as any question across sales, marketing, and success; prospecting agent, which can actually research accounts and do outreach on behalf of sales; as well as data agent to enrich the knowledge about your customer. All of these are available for our customers. And it does, to your question of what it is going to do, in the case of support, if an agent can answer a lot of first-line support, then you're probably going to maintain the number of support reps that you have and reallocate some of those resources into other areas, something that HubSpot has done over the years. But in the case of prospecting, if your rep productivity goes up, then you should be hiring more reps to drive more growth. And so I think both of those are going to play out as agents add more value and deliver more work.
There appears to be this disconnect. We could see it yesterday to today, Salesforce versus Broadcom, between the amount of money flowing into the infrastructure and just how much value customers are able to immediately get. How much of that has to do with the way they have their data organized and what the AI has access to in order to drive results for them?
Yeah, John, I think what you're saying is, it's taking more time for application revenue to kind of flow through. And that has been the case for every technology cycle. The first thing that happens is that infrastructure gets built out. This is where we are seeing hyperscalers, get growth faster. And the next thing that happens is use cases that deliver value to customers start, getting traction. And we are in the early stages of that happening within the application space. What we look for is customer adoption and customer value. For the customer agent that we just talked about, we have over 5,000 customers on it and 65% resolution rate with AI. And that basically shows that value is beginning to accrue for customers, which, again, is the precursor for revenue growth to happen.